say here on the show, don't we, that it must have been incredibly difficult for Prince Harry and Meghan Markle because seemingly in return for having that police protection, living in castles, palaces, people to assist you, anything that you wished, you got. And then, of course, it just was way too much. Apparently, according to Meghan, she was fed to the wolves and nobody was seemingly protecting the former royal known as Prince Harry. And then, of course, they came with that dramatic tagline, didn't they, on their second instalment of their forthcoming Netflix series. We know what goes on behind the curtain. We have the receipts. The usual guff. Well, it's interesting, isn't it? Because there's one thing that we've never seen, really. And this apparently was the thing that was purported to way back in the late summer, particularly, of course, by those close to Meghan and Harry when they decided to return for the Platinum Jubilee celebrations. Remember? The ones that they were booed at because the British public would simply sit to the back teeth of their skullduggery. As ever, let me explain. Hi, good morning, Neil Sean here in the very heart of London, and as ever, lovely to see you. Let's have a big wave today, whatever you're doing. Come on, it's a bit of exercise, isn't it? Enough exercise, in fact, sometimes some people might say, do you find it harder to move around in the cold? I was saying to a friend the other day, it's not about moving around, it's about sort of, you just feel bone chillingly cold. So your body doesn't want, you might want to do it. Do you know what I mean? But your body just, you're like, oh, can't move, need to sit down. And then you get a numb bum, don't you, sitting on a bench? Have you noticed? Oh, yes. Let's not go there. Hot water bottles all the way, I think. Back as ever to your breaking roll story of the day. This story really is fascinating, for me at least, because, as I say with these trailers, they come up with these dramatic turn of events, don't they? The big Hollywood twists, the dramatic cuts, the alleged paparazzi chases, that when you look into the lens of Meghan Markle's sunglasses, you can see there's no one chasing them at all. It's fake footage. Everything about these documentaries is in fact fake. We do not know anything to be true, seemingly because we only have one side of events. But as we now know, one of the biggest selling points that they really wish to have on these documentaries was this particular lady, the late and wonderful monarch of 70 years, Queen Elizabeth II. But sadly for Harry and Meghan, they couldn't get her. They tried. Oh boy, did they try. But seemingly, she was far savvier than even those two at that very advanced age. What a gal, eh? Now, we're told, of course, that the Queen visited Harry and Meghan at Frogmore Cottage numerous times. Given the fact that she had mobility issues, how true is that? And then, of course, we were told that she didn't wish to have pictures taken because she didn't feel her best. Well, that possibly has a ring of truth about it. But given the fact that we've now seen endless pictures taken in Frogmore Cottage during that particular period when they were not invited to certain events over here at Platinum Jubilee, you can understand why Her Majesty simply kept away. So how true is it that Her Majesty, in fact, did meet and took a picture with their daughter, Lily Diana? Well, according to a very good source, and we've rechecked again with the palace, this simply did not happen. Now, whichever way you want to look at it, we always have to say allegedly. But the bottom line is, surely, if they had this type of picture, that would have been gold dust to be able to sell that as a brand new picture into a documentary. So while Harry and Meghan continue to bash, trash, and literally thrash the British monarchy, seemingly their truths are unravelling, because if this was the case, as many insiders at Buckingham Palace tell me, then there is simply no trace, no record, and certainly no picture of our late and wonderful monarch ever partaking in such a visit or indeed a photo call. So whichever way, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, unless you show your proof with your truth, then who are we truly to believe? Neil Sean in the very heart of London.